Hello and welcome to English Ed 342, Teaching Language and Composition in the Elementary School. Today's video lecture will cover both the syllabus and walk you through how to use Blackboard and expectation for assignments. You'll find other future lectures posted online that walk you through things like certain assignments as well as instructional designs and expectations for particular assignments. So, this is English Education 342. My name is Stacy Bailey, and you are welcome to refer to me as Stacy whenever you're emailing me. My email address is located right here, and I will be checking my email every 2 to 3 days. If I will be away from my computer for longer than 2 to 3 days, that's something I'll send you in an announcement. As far as the course itself goes, the catalog description was pretty sparse, I thought. Content covers the writing process, writing to learn, and language and writing development at the elementary level. I had a little bit more to say about that though. Once you read through my description, I hope that it helps you to understand a little bit about my hopes and goals for you during this course, as well as some of the objectives that we'll be addressing during this course. The course objectives are listed here in the syllabus, and I'll give you just a moment to read those over now. So, as you'll see, you as the student, I will be referring to you as a pre-service teacher because that's the goal and the focus of this particular course. And our purpose in this course is to do a lot more than just talk to you about having your students write in your classrooms. I think that's probably something that you're all very familiar with and can do on your own. My goal is to help you create something much more of an environment where there's authenticity in writing and help prepare you for different models of composition and different writing assignments and ways to assess them that hopefully make writing instruction more enjoyable for you as well as for your students. Continuing on down the syllabus, these are the professional standards that are met. So the English education program at UNC, the one who's putting on this course, is actually an accredited program, and they're beholden to the NCATE standards. And these standards outline specifically what this course will be meeting as far as its goals towards the professional standards for teacher educators. Continuing on down the syllabus, you will see that there are some required materials for this course. The textbook that I want you to purchase is Teaching Writing, Balancing Product and Process by Gail Tompkins, the 6th edition. I think this text will be particularly useful for you because it really is geared towards writing instruction in the elementary classroom, and I find it has a really nice balance between the theoretical purpose for doing some activities as well as some activities themselves. The further unit readings that are available for this course, I've made available in PDFs through course materials. These units have been specifically crafted for this class, and in these units you'll find combinations of information, both theoretical and practical, that will really kind of pick up where the Gail Tompkins text leaves off. We'll look at one of those units now. Oops, let me move my screen there. Here's an example of what one unit will look like for you. You'll see that it's just a PDF that's outlined and written in, the information contained there for you. And there's two things I really want to draw your attention to when it comes to these readings. Bear with me while I scroll through and you see what I mean. There's information in red in every single unit plan that you'll see. The red information is designed to stop you, literally with the red, and these are assignments, and you should be posting these in the assignment section of Blackboard. We'll preview Blackboard in just a moment. Also, as you scroll through the units, you will find most of them have blue information in them. Whoops. And the blue information is also designed to stop you. And these are discussion questions that are not assignments, but they are actual reflection questions. Sometimes they ask you to reflect, sometimes they ask you to do a brief activity, and the blue questions you'll be posting in the discussion assignment, or excuse me, in the discussion board section in Blackboard. Again, we'll preview that section momentarily. Back to our syllabus. Whoops. Hang in there with me, sorry. You'll get to know me soon enough that I'm not always the very most organized person in the world. Here we are, back to our syllabus. Okay. So those are both the Gail Tompkins text and the unit readings. Now, these readings, when I ask you to do them, it's very important that you understand what I mean by reading. I'm an English teacher by training, and so I hope that that gives you some insight into this. But reading an assignment involves, in my opinion, a close and detailed analysis in which you make notes regarding significant passages or ideas and become as thoroughly familiar with the assigned materials as you can. Keeping a reading journal where you sketch out defining and relevant ideas will be a very useful tool for you to use as reflection, to use as learning, and also for compiling your final essay. That is not required, and I never will collect a journal from you, but it's definitely something I recommend. There are additional materials that I would recommend for this course, and I've listed those out here. Teaching Argument Writing from George Hillocks is one of my seminal go-to texts that I use as a writing teacher. And this text in and of itself is really geared towards middle school, and so probably most appropriate if you are teaching or plan to teach upper elementary school. But teaching argumentative writing is one of the new standards, and it's a very important standard that is outlined in the new Common Core State Standards, and I find this to be a helpful text for that particular type of writing. Dimensions of Literacy, the 3rd edition by Stephen Kusser. You'll be seeing a required chapter from that text, and I will be providing PDFs of those chapters online for you later. But this text is a really wonderful idea if you would like to challenge some more of the theoretical notions behind the development of literacy and some literacy techniques. This isn't the easiest reading, but it's very enjoyable, and it really gives you a lot of pause to think about the reading-writing connection and literacy and cognition. Rhetorical Grammar, any of the editions, but in particular this 5th edition by Martha Coln. Please don't let the title scare you. I know that sounds very weird, but this text has been one of, hands down, the most amazing grammar texts I've ever seen. We will have a brief grammar unit inside of this class, as teaching writing involves having good grammar, and this text has a very fresh, natural approach to grammar that begins with the premise of verbal communication and then eases its way into labeling the different ways that we communicate and moves into the grammar. If you are worried at all about your ability to understand and or teach grammar, I'd highly recommend purchasing this text. As far as the course requirements and assignments go, it's important that you understand that this is not a self-paced course. I find, especially with online courses, when I leave them self-paced, it's so easy to let your life get in the way and to leave things to the last moment and not really give them due diligence. So to that effect, you will be processing 1 to 2 units a week, and you need to know that anytime there's a discussion board post, those things in blue, those are due on Thursday so that you can do your replies to those by Sunday. The pieces that were in red in the units are the writing assignments. The pieces that were in blue in the units are the Blackboard discussion. Those two alone compose 90% of your grade by the end of the course, and I will be grading those as we go through the course and giving you detailed feedback on information on pieces in your assignments that you did well, so you can continue to do those, as well as pieces that need some refinement or adjustment so that you can continue to increase your grade as you go. The final piece, the final 10% of this course will come from a response essay. This is where I was mentioning that keeping that reading journal might be something that really helps you. It'll be a reflection on your journey through this course, how it is that you've changed and your ideas of being a writing teacher have changed. Well, this is an English course and there's a lot of writing that's expected, especially because it's online. You will have at least one, if not more, verbal presentations, but the discussion boards and assignments will be written and posted. And so clear writing is going to be very essential to getting a good grade in this course. You should feel free to take advantage of the Writing Center that is located on UNC campus, and you can probably do appointments with them online or in person. Here's their contact information, and I would recommend taking advantage of them. The method and evaluation grading scale for this course is standard to what UNC has. If you have any disabilities, written disabilities or verbal disabilities, please contact the Disability Support Services to document that, and they'll contact me so that we can work together to help you through this course. Plagiarism in the English department and English department courses is sometimes a little bit more specific than in other courses, and so plagiarism in and of itself is considered copying someone else's material and turning it as your own. The English department, the one that houses this course, has an additional statement to their plagiarism policy, that if you submit your own work and reuse that work in this course, that could be grounds for plagiarism. In this particular course, I am going to work closely with you because some of you are practicing teachers already, and some of you may have written lesson plans for other courses. If you'll be reusing a lesson plan that you've done for another course, or reusing a lesson plan that you've previously taught, please be sure to communicate with me directly about that so that we can make sure that together you and I avoid the plagiarism issue. Now I'd like to show you Blackboard and how Blackboard will look as we move through this course. The particular Blackboard I'm showing you today is not the Blackboard for this course, but it has the same features. Every time you log on to Blackboard and click on your course name, yours will be EED 342, you'll see a hyperlinked menu here on the left. I will make particular announcements regarding any changes in dates or assignments, although I don't anticipate those. And like I said, if I'll be away from my computer for more than 2 days at a time, I'll let you know in the announcement section there. The syllabus and course calendar will be housed here in the syllabus section. And the course materials is where I'll house all of the units and the PDF readings that you will need to use. The assignment section is where you will submit all of the assignments that are outlined in red in those PDFs. And the discussion board is where you will post all of the forums that are required in blue. Let me take a moment and send you over to the discussion board section to show you how that works. In the discussion board section on Blackboard, you'll see the title discussion board here, and you'll see the word forum, and you'll see multiple forums. I'll create forums that correspond to each of the blue information in your PDFs, as well as a Course Cafe forum that will be listed right up here at the top. The Course Cafe will be open throughout the duration of the course, and anytime you have questions about the course, the assignments, or the units themselves, you're welcome to post them here. I feel that it benefits people when you post your questions here rather than just sending emails. Often it helps me rather than answering the same question twice, and students are free then to look at other people's questions. So the Course Cafe will remain open for the duration of the course. The other units themselves, units 1 through 10, those forums will be posted in advance, but they will close on the due date so that there are no late assignments accepted for that. After I've graded those particular discussion boards and forums, I will reopen them with a note to please not make any new postings in there. That way you can gather information to use for your final essay. Back to these hot links over here on the left. If you look at the My Grades section, when you click on that section, you'll be able to see the grades that I've entered for all of your assignments. And you will also see if there's a speech bubble next to the grade. That's where I'm providing that feedback to you on pieces that you've done well and I'd like to see you continue, and pieces that could use some refinement. The Blackboard help page is a very wonderful place if Blackboard is new to you and it's a new piece of technology to you. The UNC Blackboard help people are very wonderful, and they encourage you to ask them questions and to link to them if you need any help. That concludes our lecture on the EED 342 course introduction. As I said, you'll hear some future video lectures on different pieces of information that you'll need in this course, and I look forward to having you in here.